Please clap it up one time for Rainn Wilson.
Woo! All right.
Rainn, thank you for joining us, man. And I got to tell you that I probably watch The Office 3-4 times a week with my family. I just bought my son, I kid you not, a Dwight Shcrute bobblehead for Christmas.
Nice.
So it's serious out here. It's serious.
I probably got 3 cents out of that bobblehead. So I thank you very much.
Well, hopefully you got royalties from The Office, because if you do, we've paid for at least 1 or 2 of your homes by now. But
nice.
Look, for those who know The Office, it is. I think it's the funniest show ever written. Just talk about your character, Dwight. Is that a dream character to play, and how hard was that to get ready for?
I remember seeing the English version of The Office beforehand, and I was going to audition for Dwight, which was the Gareth role on the British series, and I was like, there's no one else that can play this. Like, I know exactly who this character is. I grew up a mega dork in Shoreline, north of Seattle. In fact, our Shorecrest class president, Gordon Stevenson, who's there, class of '84. I didn't vote for him, but so there was something about being a certain kind of Seattle nerd that fit in perfectly with Dwight. So yeah, it was a dream job, and I mean, what can you say? It was like 9-10 years on one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and with an amazing group of people. It was fantastic.
Well, just a little bit of connectivity. Paul and I were both basketball coaches at Shorecrest High School for the women's basketball team. Yeah,
right.
different times. Yeah.
Okay.
So good stuff. But
all right.
I kind of have 2 questions,
okay.
and I'm kind of cheating a little bit. But my one son wants to know if you know who the Scranton Strangler is.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then the other son wants to know, the show was on for 9 seasons.
Okay.
And so it takes a lot of chemistry for that to happen. Like, how was that chemistry, and would that be similar to like a football team chemistry?
All right. Okay. So A, Toby was the Scranton Strangler, no question. So and then B, So listen, I'm gonna go all in on the football analogy, right? So you've got Coach Carell, and we had Greg Daniels, who was the creator showrunner, and he was this super genius. He was. And part of that was the casting. Like, he had a really good vibe for people and bringing the right group of people together. He kept everyone kind of collaborative, everyone kind of humble, working towards the same goal. And he just created that perfect and creative atmosphere that made it such a great show. So it really all rests on his shoulders.
Gotcha.
Kind of going deeper into that chemistry factor, a lot of what we do as professionals is about who we work with, and you get guys around you that you kind of gel with. And so I'm just kind of curious, like who's kind of the funniest, who's some of the funniest actors or the funniest guy that you've worked with over the course of your career?
Well, I got a boring answer for you, but Steve Carell is absolutely the funniest. I mean, it's the obvious answer, but it's just true. The guy is incredible to watch. I'm a pretty funny guy, and I'm a pretty good actor, but Steve is like on a whole other level. And getting him to watch when he would improvise as Michael, doing like Prison Mike, or some of those characters in the conference room, he was amazing, and it was really, people say, how were you able to shoot the show with keep a straight face? But we didn't keep a straight face. You just look on YouTube at the bloopers. We were laughing all the time.
Right.
So.
Yeah, first I just want to say how excited I am. I hope I can get these questions out, man. I'm a super fan, so I want to give you some love, Mr. Wilson.
Take it over, True.
So outside of playing the role of Dwight, you've done countless productions, right? What's your favorite role, and what's kind of that energy versus being behind the camera and being in front of the camera, and which one do you get more of a thrill from?
Nice. Yeah, well, I got to direct a bunch of episodes of The Office, which was great, and I've directed a little bit since then. I'm trying to get some movies going for me to direct, so it's something I want to dig into. But, I did theater here in Seattle, the University of Washington. It's one of the places I got my start, and I've played dozens and dozens of roles, and you just never know as an actor, like, what's going to hit. It's like, I imagine it's like being a football player. You don't know what team, what time is going to really hit, and you're going to, make the playoffs. But so I've played dozens of really cool roles. Most of them no one has ever seen. So you got lucky. I hit the dice with Dwight in The Office, and it was fantastic. But there's a movie called Super that I did with James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy. Did that about 10 years ago. It's a low-budget indie kind of really messed up drama comedy, and that's one I'm really, really proud of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dream life, man. Shorecrest High School. I think you went to Tufts originally and then came back to University of Washington. So you are a Washingtonian. And just talk about today. I mean, Seahawk fan, you knew Robert Turbin.
Yep.
Marcus Trufant. Probably I'm too old for you to remember me, but Seahawk fan your whole life, and just the honor of being a 12.
You played in the years when they didn't have helmets, right?
Well, I was just after, but they were leather.
Okay, leather.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But just when you got the call to raise the 12th flag. What was that like?
No, it's really exciting, and this is such a pivotal game. So I'm really thrilled to be here. It's funny because when the Hawks started heating up and I would post about them, everyone would be like online, everyone would be like, "Oh, you bandwagon fan." And then I haul out my picture of me where I did my school photo in 7th grade in a Seahawks jersey, like a fluorescent one. It had like plastic letters on it, and I was just like, with a bowl cut. So I always haul that out every year to kind of prove my my cred. But thrilled to be here. Key game, important game. Jets are surprisingly tough. We got to get the running game going, and hopefully Lockett can catch the ball with 3 fingers.
Well, Rainn, we appreciate your time, man. I'm sure the fans are due. Clap it up one more time for Rainn Wilson.
Wilson, the analyst. Right here.
All right, when we return,
like,
we'll get
"Who's
our
this guy?"
inactive report from Jen Mueller. That is next on the Seahawks Radio Network.